Okay, this morning we are continuing the conversation of Prostate Awareness Month, Prostate Cancer Awareness Month, that is. We spoke with Dr. Shu moments ago. Right now we are going to chat with one of his patients, Carlos Echeverria. He joins us now live this morning via Zoom. Carlos is a prostate cancer survivor, and it's all because of early detection. Carlos, welcome. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me and making such a difference.
Yeah.
Because I truly believe that awareness and screening and early detection makes a difference, and I'm living proof of it.
Yeah, I'm so glad that we were able to make this happen. You know, when I began the conversation earlier with Dr. Shu, we started talking about how this can be Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. It really is an opportunity for us to have a conversation that can be really uncomfortable and sensitive for men to talk about. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your journey, if you had any signs or symptoms, and how you knew something was wrong?
Well, what you're saying is so true. Out of my, let's say, my 6 high school buddies that we keep in touch via Zoom, WhatsApp today, every day, I'm the only one that was on regular screening. I saw a very good friend of the family, Marco Mata, died of prostate cancer because he was of the belief that if you went to the doctor, then you would get bad news. Mm-hmm. And then my father developed bladder cancer and prostate cancer late. And that's when I said, you know, I'm not going to be one of those. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to be a guy that gets if we found it out earlier, you will be fine. So I started my screening process at 50. And thanks to that screening process that basically encompassed a ultrasound, blood work, and the rectal exam, or as I call it, the checking the oil. I was able to determine, my doctors were able to determine very early on that my prostate had grown, mm-hmm. and that my PSA, or my the prostate blood work, had increased from 0.9 to 1.9. Mm-hmm. So that warranted an MRI, that warranted a biopsy, and basically then I was referred to Dr. Shu and Memorial Hermann, which is an amazing hospital with amazing people. I'm so thankful for the treatment and the humane way that they treated me and my family. I'm very grateful to them. But thanks to that screening and early detection, I was able to catch it so early on that Dr. Shu was able to operate on me with a robotic assisted laparoscopy. Basically, this is a robot that goes inside of you and is able to remove the nerves from the prostate and remove the prostate without damaging the nerves too much. And then you regain urinary control and sensation, which is every guy's fear.
Yeah.
You know, it's amazing when you see smart, highly educated guys, university, successful businessmen, giants of men, trembling because they're going to the urologist. Mm-hmm. It is absurd. It is an exam that takes 30 seconds, and it makes a difference. I'm walking proof that screening works. I'm walking proof, living proof, that if you catch it early, you heal. And also that if you catch it early, the operation is easier. Everything is easier. Yeah. And again, the people at Memorial Hermann have been amazing. My treatment with the surgery with Dr. Shu, that is an angel of a person, was amazing. And then my nurses at the chemo station, they really made me feel absolutely blessed to be there. And all this healing came about just because I caught it early.
Yeah. How far along are you in your journey post-surgery, post-treatment?
Well, out of chemo, my hair is coming back, which is great. Chemo is hard.
Yeah.
But again, thank God, and to the great care that I received at Memorial Hermann, everything is going absolutely amazing. I'm going to start, which is like the cherry on top of the ice cream of treatment, radiation, gamma knife. Basically what they do is, again, these guys are, it's like science fiction. I feel like in Star Trek, like Dr. Spock is, Dr. Bones is here and Spock is here and they're telling me what they're going to do to me. And that's how I feel.
Yeah.
Now they're going to do me the gamma knife. So basically they do a tri-dimensional image of my body and they beam the radiation where the cancer was. Now
Precisely,
it has shrunk because of chemo, and it's almost undetectable. But this is like the 20-pound sledgehammer on top of it to make it disappear.
Yeah. Well, you look amazing. You sound amazing. I am so appreciative of your time, for you coming on this show and talking about your journey in hopes of enlightening other men watching right now. We all know it is uncomfortable and it can be a sensitive topic, but it can save your life as well.
We're such babies. It is not that difficult. I mean, if you compare it to what women go through, this is like a walk in the park. And I don't know why we're so afraid of it. Our manhood is not defined by stupidity and such small things. Again, I'll be able to dance with my daughter at her wedding day, whenever that happens, if that happens. Thanks to Dr. Shu, early screening, and the people at Memorial Hermann, I'm going to be able to live long in a healthy way, thanks to early detection. So I encourage all my friends and every male that I know, get tested, get your ultrasound, get your blood work, and get the oil checked. It doesn't hurt, and it makes a difference. I'm living proof of it.
Okay, Carlos, thank you so much for your time this morning, sir.
My pleasure to be here, and thank you for making a difference and making everybody aware that this is so easy to do, and it makes such a difference.
Absolutely. Okay, thank you. Good luck. Keep us posted.